Hey guys, welcome to the Young and Confused podcast. You have me, Jeffrey, and you've got Vishnu, and today we'll be talking about career changes. Now, Vishnu, I'm sure you'll agree with me. Career change is one of those topics that is really popular with millennials.
Yeah,
We graduate uni, we've got like 50,000 things that we could do, and it's really, really hard to actually pin down on the first go the one thing that you want to do for the rest of your life.
oh yeah, definitely, man. Um, yeah, look at me, look at you, look at every single one of our friends. We've all made at least two or three career transitions, and that's
Yep.
because essentially we don't know what we want to do. I mean, you look at our parents, and yeah, they've had that one job for 20 years, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't know how they do that, man. Like my dad's been working his previous job, like in his current job, sorry, for like 15 years. And I'm just like, fire up, man. Don't you ever get bored of looking at the same people?
Yeah,
Like
no,
if it was me, I get bored of being in the same job for more than 1 year, which is a really bad thing because I don't know if it means I've got commitment issues and whether or not it will trickle down to other areas of my life. And I hope not, because I want, a nice and stable family with, a loving wife and kids. But it's just a reality of choice of this generation. There's so many things that you can do. Information is readily available, so you
yeah.
can pretty much go and learn whatever you want to learn. So how is it that we just jump into one job and do that job forever? I just don't understand.
No, I completely agree. Like as you said, we're millennials. Indecision is
Mm.
our creed, right? When I went into uni, I did economics, and, not economics, sorry, commerce and engineering as my degrees. And now I work in cybersecurity. It's, it's
Did you say
pretty
economics, Vishnu? Does that mean that it's going to be yet another career change for you and you're going
one
to be the
day,
next governor
one
of the
day.
Reserve Bank?
I doubt I'll ever get there. One day. I mean, you know my love of news. It's going to happen. It's got to
Yeah,
happen,
it's going to happen. You should just be a politician, man. You've got your finger on the pulse on news cycles.
I do, but I just can't lie as much as a politician can, I
Fake it till you make it, right?
can't. I wish. Nah. No, let's go back and talk about the actual topic we're trying to talk about. Career
What's the
change.
actual topic, man? I think I'm a little bit drunk already. Oh,
Oh
fuck.
man, career changes. I'm not going to drink on the podcast. And yeah,
Oh, I'm
career
of
changes.
age, man. I just turned 18 yesterday. No,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
joking. I turned 28.
come on. We know you're 16. We know you're 16.
Drinking
Career.
is not fun unless it's illegal.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. Career changes. Yeah. So let's talk about career changes. Yeah, tell me about your career changes. You've had a pretty interesting ride.
Yeah, I have, man. Like you, I come from an immigrant family. I lost my Chinese accent, a decade ago. So now you will consider me fully assimilated. But yeah,
Chinese
when
mate.
I, first, yeah, yeah, when I first graduated high school, I had no idea what I wanted to do. But I had my immigrant mother and my immigrant father
Yep.
nagging me about making a lot of money.
Mm.
So I was like, what makes a lot of money? Banks make a lot of money. So how about I go and do a commerce degree, learn a bit of finance, learn a bit of accounting, join a bank, and then make a lot of money. So sadly, that didn't happen. None of the banks wanted me. I think it was because I was just too shit. I don't know what the reason was, but I ended up joining Telstra
Oh
as
yeah.
a business analyst. And that was pretty interesting. I did a lot of interesting work around technology.
Yep.
Telstra proclaims to be a world-class technology company. I'm not really too sure about that, but you can't blame someone for dreaming, right? Dreams are important.
Yeah. I mean, look at
Um,
us.
yeah, look at us, man. We're still dreaming.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is Inception or something, or if I need to wake up from like a nightmare in order to see something better. But yeah, so I joined Telstra, and there I did a lot of work related to technology, and I was like,
Yep.
fuck, man, technology is pretty sick. And I sort of wondered, damn, if only I went to uni and did like an engineering or computer science degree where I learned how to code and stuff, or just a little bit more about technology, because I felt like I was a little bit limited to just doing businessy, like just a little waffle work that
Yep.
I didn't
Yep.
really enjoy. But they promoted me really quickly and they threw money at me. But I felt like, what's the point of living a life that you just hate waking up in the morning to go to work? You know that
Yeah.
feeling where it's like you wake up and even though you're awake, but every cell in your body doesn't want to get out of bed because the day that is ahead of you. You just don't want to go and do it.
I know exactly what you mean, and that's what forced me to transition from my role at Solar Analytics, which was honestly a pretty cushy and pretty interesting role. I got sent to the US and all this cool stuff, but essentially that's what forced me to decide to change careers. I just couldn't get up in the morning doing the job I was doing, and I wanted to do something related to technology. Honestly, I think it's Stockholm syndrome a little bit, because in uni,
What's that again?
it's when you fall in love with your captor.
Oh.
No, I'm not joking. Like in uni, right? I did commerce, and I only did engineering for my parents. You know the Indian thing where they go, either you're an engineer or a doctor. I was too dumb to be a doctor, so.
I'm sure you weren't, man.
I was.
I'm sure you're just scared of blood.
Possibly.
That's the excuse that I give people when they say, "Why aren't you a doctor?" I'm scared of blood. It's not that I have like 30 points of IQ less than normal people, but that's the excuse that I give.
I don't know. I should use that too. Really smart of me. I just thought I was too dumb. So I went into engineering and commerce. I mean, when you do 40 hours of engineering every day, you start to enjoy it.
But how do you do that, Vishnu? There's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah, that's engineering for you. Time warp.
You figured out the secrets of time travel.
Yep. Any
time dilation.
Any engineering student can tell you how that happens. Any engineering student can tell you how that. Engineering. I wanted to do something tech heavy. I decided to do a master's in cybersecurity, and that's where I ended up in a cybersecurity company after doing that degree. I just wanted some experience in this field, and just got into where I am at the moment. And this is where we met, Jeff.
Yeah. After doing a 2-year stint in politics, I decided to join industry and do cybersecurity. So which brings me to the next topic about expectations versus reality. I was expecting to be one of those sexy guys in a hoodie, a few pimples on my face, hacking people. But it just ended up being something completely different to that. I was wearing a suit and tie. I was visiting customers. I was doing work that didn't really seem like cybersecurity related. It was definitely peripheral to what I expected to be doing. So a lot of the work that, as you would know, that we did was around, getting the right logs from, different systems, databases, cloud environments, and then putting it all into like one big bucket and writing a bunch of rules in order to detect attacks. And I think you would agree with me that it wasn't very sexy work in the sense that, you didn't need to be a genius. You didn't need to have, expensive master's degree in order to do that sort of work. We could have just done that just by jumping in. But I would still say that, it's a good start in our career. But what was your experience?
No, exactly the same. And I think the best way to describe it is cybersecurity is a regulatory industry, as in our work is defined by the regulations that come in, especially in this field. Like all the sexy stuff, all the hacking, all the cracking things, that all comes under, essentially it's all under legal activity, or any of that as legal activity is only done by government actors. You can't do that in the private industry. There's just way too much legal risk around it. I think that's a big myth that I think we're both smart people, and we both knew that wasn't going to be reality, but we kind of hoped at the bottom of our hearts that was what was going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
But, I still think that there's a lot of things to do from a cybersecurity sense, right? So you could join like an organization and be part of their red team or blue team. But I think right now, we joined into a consulting company. And a lot of the times the consulting companies that they offer you the work that people inside your own organization don't want to do, like the stuff that's really, really annoying and time consuming. So that's the sort of work that we contracted into. But I'm pretty sure, if we go join, another organization, we'll get that sort of work that is more related to, hacking, more of the sexy side of cybersecurity. But we won't know until we do, right?
Yeah, that's very true. I think you're right to an extent. Yeah. I still feel that even like we've been in a lot of enterprise organizations now. Like it doesn't matter what industry it's in, finance, transport, telecom, and it's all outside of the advanced R&D departments, it's all very similar in terms of the work being done. It's all about the regulations surrounding the industry. So in finance, you've got things like ASIC rules, APRA regulations, you've got the American SOX, you've got private industry regulations such as the MasterCard and Visa rules that the banks have to follow. And essentially all the work we do, all the work that they do is making sure they meet those guidelines. It's, yeah, I feel like the whole red teaming aspect is a very small part of cybersecurity. I'd love to do it, but I think especially in Australia, I feel the opportunities are quite low. For me personally, I thought there would be a lot more R&D as well in these industries. I mean, don't get me wrong, we get to play around with a lot of cool technologies that we wouldn't be able to touch as individuals in our current organization, and in your future organization you will. But at the same time, I had hurt a little bit to build some of the cool tools, but I mean, that's how it is in Australia, I think. And it's more of a...
it's fine. I mean, I think we're operating a two-speed economy from a technology standpoint. So you've got those really old companies that don't have a very great attitude around cybersecurity because, you know, if you look at the board, they're all like, 60 years old. You know, even using an iPhone is probably something that's difficult to them. So when it comes to cybersecurity, it's a big unknown to them. So I feel like there hasn't been really that much focus in that area. But I think that as newer companies come to the fore, companies that are, technology native, they use technology from day one. They understand the power of technology as well as what could go wrong. In those companies, I feel like, they would start investing more in cybersecurity. So, I mean, I'm sure Google, Facebook, all those big tech companies around the world, they invest billions of dollars into cybersecurity. I'm sure of it, right? So I think all we got to do is, be patient and wait a little bit until, cybersecurity is no longer a compliance issue. It becomes more of a business issue. And at that point, I reckon, there'll be a lot more opportunities that come about.
Yeah, completely agree there. Got nothing to dispute at that.
So just to summarize, Vishnu and I were both millennials, and I'm sure we share the same struggle as many other millennials in deciding what line of work we want to do for the rest of our lives. Both Vishnu and I have taken steps in changing our careers, and that's how we landed in cybersecurity. And obviously, the reconciliation between expectation and reality, sometimes there's a bit of a gap. But I think the whole process is about continuing our exploration of things that we want to do in order for us to eventually feel that level of self-actualization and to move forward with our careers.
I agree completely, Jeff. I think that's an excellent summary. Self-actualization, and also the fact that just because you change your careers, it doesn't mean we'll always see what we expected. The reality is we'll always be different to what we expect. And more often than not, it's better. It's just that it takes time for us to see it.
Yeah, that's right. And a lot of times, changing careers can be a very big gamble. And so we have really high hopes going into a new career. And even when something doesn't really meet our expectation, the blow feels 3 times heavier. But in reality, if we put things into perspective and look at it objectively, you and I are actually probably a lot more happier than what we were a few years ago. And we have to basically sit on that feeling instead of just thinking, oh, it's not what I expected.
Yeah, definitely. I agree completely. Yeah, awesome. I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Cool. That's a wrap.